Well, many thanks, Chris. And one other question a lot of people would want to know is why is it that at the moment the NSA and the Defense Minister have not been speaking, maybe to the people or maybe their officers? Well, we should get more information from the Office of the NSA and the Office of the Defense Minister. Well, joining us from our Abuja studios live to discuss the security situation is retired Colonel Tony Nyiam. He's a security consultant. He joins us live now. Good morning and thanks for joining us. Yesterday was truly a busy and frightening moment for those in Damaturu. By the way, we understand that a curfew has been imposed in Damaturu, 24-hour curfew. How do you think we can really manage this? Because this is very, very well untoward during the Nigerian military and the people coming into the city of Damaturu in the early hours of yesterday.
I didn't get that question. Can you repeat?
Well, I'm asking, don't you think that, well, they have gone too far, that is talking about the insurgents, now they are tempted to take over the government house in Yobe State?
I mean, to start. I didn't hear you clearly, but all I think one would say is that what we are now facing calls for very serious concern, and I thank channels for giving me this opportunity to join other Nigerians to passionately appeal that we have no choice but to be our brother's keeper. The situation that we saw, what happened in Kanu, the attack in the mosque in the central in Kanu, and what has happened in Damaturu, it's all clear indications that we are, as a nation, being invaded. I do think that those who did the attack in Kanu cannot be Kanu indigenes. And like the scholar and Islamic leader, Sheikh Ibrahim Zakzaki said, they are certainly enemies of Islam and Muslim, and of course Nigerians. I think what is happening now is that even for we Christians, it's a high time we begin to have empathy with our Muslim brothers, that the attack on them is as much attack on us, enemies of Islam and as enemies of Christianity. I think the situation we have now reminds me of the German Martin Niemöller, who warned. If I may repeat what he warned, he said, first, they came for the socialists. I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. What is happening now is that, like it was captured by a columnist in Daily Trust, Mohammed Jega, was that earlier the attacks were on Christian churches. We were grateful that the Christians refused to be provoked to the point of reprisal attack. And we should now all join our Muslim brothers to contain this invasion of our communities. from all indications, I begin to find that a major and key players key players among the invaders are foreigners. They are people who are affected by the drought situation in Chad, those who have become jobless because they have been thrown out of Libya, and most of these people were professional, well-trained soldiers. So what we are facing is not a ragtag army in any sense. They are well-trained, experienced soldiers. So the blame we've been blaming our military is not helpful at all, in that the situation has been changing. And I think as our military is getting better equipped, they are responding better.
Well, anyway, I think when you talk about response, people have been asking, and they're a bit worried if this wasn't about intelligence failure, waking up in the morning, getting to see that they even came with tanks into the city of Damaturu. How did that happen?
First of all, I'm not sure they came with. I'm not sure they came with tanks. I think, you see, what is happening is this. It's very easy for insurgents to choose what are called soft targets and then attack places, attack civilian communities. What is good is that if you watch, they are no more, it's not as easy to attack the military barracks as they were, because the soldiers are now better oriented and they are better equipped. And since you cannot have the military in every space in the northeast, they jumped and made surprises and attack what I would call soft targets. I think the call, which is beginning to happen, has begun rightly by the Emir of Kano, is that the national security issue is as much any citizen of Nigeria. Every citizen of Nigeria has a role to play. And so the call by the Olamas in Kaduna yesterday that people should be participatory in the local defense, and they should help the military with information and intelligence. We are in for a struggle which will be protracted, and this is an opportunity to call our people that we must all be part of the outfit to defend our territorial integrity and defend our territory. It is not an issue to leave our security only to the military. We are as much important in the security architecture.
You know, excuse me, a lot of people will say that the people have been commended, the people of Damaturu have been commended by the military for being on the lookout and for also cooperating with the forces. But then they will also ask, are you sure that we're not letting our guard down? The incidents that happened in Kano, they say it must have been planned. And even within Damaturu itself, from the reports that we gather from the defense headquarters, they say that these people had come in trickles a couple of days before during the night, and then some others joined them. Do you think that we're being vigilant enough to be able to fish out these, unscrupulous people, these terrorists who come to inflict terror on ordinary citizens?
I think, Mokwe, you are right. We need to be much more vigilant. We are not, as a people, as vigilant as we should have been. And I think the idea people have always thought that in the kind of warfare we are in, which is an unconventional warfare, it is not a warfare that is left only to the national security agents or the military. Every Nigerian should be participatory and should be vigilant. And you see, with Nigerians in the Northeast becoming more concerned and playing their part, I think there is an improvement. I think in unconventional warfare, the successes is dependent on the cooperation of the local population. Earlier on, or years or months before, this wasn't that readily available. But I think people are beginning to rise up to the occasion. And I also think that I welcome the example set by the Sultan and the President of Khan. They jointly came out strongly. And when you read the comments, in both in our papers, Daily Trust, the leadership, everybody is speaking in one tone. APC governors, PDP governors, all now speaking in one tone. The idea of blame game that was going on, or people playing politics, should be put aside. We have a war in our hands, and we all need to be vigilant to tackle this war. I think with every Nigerian realizing that there are foreigners now in our midst who want to destroy our great nation, we should rise up to it. It's not a time to continue the mutual suspicion which has become, that has made us vulnerable. It's also a time that corruption and its impact on our higher military management and its impact on our soldiers' discipline, commitment, and courage should be watched. We need to give all the support we can give to our soldiers. And of course, I also will take the time to commend the civilian JTF who gave support to the military to recapture Mubi. We are in for what I would call war. I think one of the things one difficulty one sees is that the response or the actions we are taking now, to me, are inappropriate, in that it's a high time the police action, state of emergency rule, should be moved to what I would call total military action.